Hello, everyone. Hello. So, tonight is going to be a little bit different. I am going to start with the date, and today is Wednesday, December 1st, 2021. And I want to go at this window because you'll hear all of the background. I am just so grateful for a lot of different things. Um, so we know I was saying that like these November was the harvest month, just the harvest starting month for me. Like I don't know where it came from, but I can't explain it. And it wasn't like just the 1 month, it was the harvest going forth. Like I really felt like I went through some pruning and everything. However, now I'm at a point where this morning I was speaking with God, and I am at what I kind of knew this already though. I am at the phase of now when you're in harvest and you have harvest, instructions come with harvest, because you can have abundancy come into your life. However, if you don't have the instructions on what to do with the abundance, then what do you have it for? We'll misuse it. We won't probably even use it at all. We basically, you know, won't, we won't, okay, let me word it. We won't know what to do with it. And especially because for myself, I've never experienced any of this for myself at all. Like having personal relationship with God, one, and then a personal relationship with myself. You wouldn't think that we need that, but we do. We do need to have a relationship with ourselves, because having that real talk with ourselves allows us to not go and start trying to go off of what people say about us. We won't do that. We will truly be leaving it where, you know, when we're having that communication with God and ourselves, we would truly be believing Him versus what anyone else says to us, because it's like, okay, well, God says this, and I know who He is, and He said I'm made in His image, and I know who I am now. So I'm not going to go off of what you say, because if you did and you went off of what somebody says, oh, you should be this or you should be doing that, you're not good in that aspect, you need more of this, what's going to happen is you will take it and lose focus of what you need to be doing and trust in God. And you cannot do that, because you will never measure up to what man sees in you. And to be honest with you, they can't see it, because a lot of it, I found out, a lot of people will put on you some things they may have within themselves. And I know that for first of all, because I did it myself. I would be lying to you and said I didn't. No. So we have to learn. That's what having a relationship with ourselves. It allows us to be honest like this. And also it allows us to see where, okay, God, I'm going to trust you, because not only did you say it in your word for me, you knew me before I was even born. I was formed in your image before I was even formed into my mother. So I have to go off of you. You are the truth. You are the light. You are the realest one. He's the realest one I know. The realest one I know. And I don't ever belittle yourself because it's taking you a long time to have a relationship with Him. Don't. You have one, right? You're working on it, right? You're doing what is required of you, right? So don't belittle yourself. Don't knock yourself down. It starts with us. If we start belittling ourselves and knocking ourselves down, then people see it. We walk around with these hidden signs on us sometimes, and I don't even think we realize they're there. And what we speak up out of our mouths, people can know, okay, they're vulnerable. Okay, I can get them. Oh, this is something that, bothers them. Because before they even know it, how about this? The enemy knows it. And he will send distractions your way that he knows is a weak point for you. So, because remember, we are not fighting against people. We fighting against principalities. That's what we're doing. We have to make sure we have our guard and our armor on us at all times. We got to know that, okay, God, I'm going to trust your word. And how about this? Learning to keep a closed mouth when people are trying to attack you has been something I never knew how to do until now. And I used to be like, oh my goodness, God, what is going on? Because I want to say something. Why say them things? Why? If I tell you this, it's the best piece ever to shut my mouth. Because at the end of the day, I see that as a distraction. And it's taken me too long for me to actually trust God. Because I told you the issues I had with trusting God. He didn't do anything to me. I had built up a wall. God was an idol to me. I took him down when I wanted to kind of utilize him and everything. And now I know that that's not how he functions. He's a living God. He actually reigns truth. So I don't have to worry about just calling on him when I need it. He already knows I need him. But yes, I got to speak him out of my voice, out of my mouth, and get him like, Lord, I don't really need to say and beg or plead or anything for his attention, but I do need to say, God, I need you right now. I need you to just come right on and handle this situation. So that's what we have to do. We have to speak over our life. We got to know it, man. Man, when I tell you, I did not know that this person inside of me even existed, because I was going off of what other people were saying. And don't go into, because I'm not going to pinpoint or poke and say it's anybody else, because at the end of the day, I didn't know my worthiness. So I allowed the things to go on. And now when God has been sitting with me and he's been telling me who I am in him, I don't have to worry about who do I trust. Because I had somebody kind of basically think that told me I was holier than thou. That I'm trying to live this kind of life. All of a sudden you want to be this. And I had to close my mouth. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to show you anything. You are not who I need to be living right for. That is not my job, to actually be living right for you. My job is to be living right and trusting God. And my whole thing is this: if I'm doing it for him, you can either choose to either accept me or not. But what I'm not going to do is walk around wanting praises and acceptance from you, because you are not my maker. You are not my destiny that I'm trying to go and be with. You are not who I need to make sure I am being obedient to and for. So my whole thing is like, man, you have no clue sometimes who we are up against. And remember, if I said we are fighting principalities and everything, sometimes the enemy will use the closest people to you to get you off your game, to knock you off. Because on top of what the enemy knows, and excuse me guys, because I'm going to be backing up so you'll hear the beat and everything, he will use people who knows our weaknesses too, and knows that, okay, we're trying to actually like get, their approval, but we're not really getting their approval. And it's hot in my car, truly hot. And it's just crazy, because we have to make sure that we are not trying to win accommodations from people. We are not trying to have where people like us. That's people pleasing, and we cannot afford to people please. Because I will tell you this from experience, You will never measure up and live the best life you could ever live. You won't. Because, and I'm sweating now, but hey, it's real. You won't be able to be who you need to be for God. People pleasing will get us in an area that we don't necessarily need to be in. Okay, trying to get a better light. So this video is going to be a little bit different, but it is what it is because I'm on my way. I'm actually at Bible study. I'm right at my church and everything. But I wanted to come on tonight. This may just be a sneak peek video because I really want to go in tonight. I thank God for growth. I thank God for trust. I thank God for him teaching me obedience. I can't thank him enough because he has been able to open up my eyes for me to see when people was trying to poke and pry and do all of that stuff. It's so funny because I have wrote it in my notes a while ago. You have people, and I'm not sure, I'm going to try to find the note, but you have people who will be all in your pity. They will be sitting there because then they can do the woe is you. Oh, I got your back. Or, oh, even kind of snapping at you like you should be changing and you should be doing this and all of this and all that. But I am finding out that where are the people when you have given your life over to God? He is changing you. He is moving you. He is growing you. None of them people are around now. None of them people, and this is not for them to give you praise. No. But I find out because life still happens. I was actually in an area where I was breaking down and crying and everything. And I was crying because I'm like, God, you are using me in an area that I've never felt this before. And I was tearing and I was, praying at the same time. And a person, who would normally ask me if I need help and well, what's going on with you? And I want to, you should be doing this better. They did not know how to kind of step in. But before I could even say anything to them or even feel like, okay, what's going on to even like how they were looking at me, it was more so off of they probably don't even need to be a part of this. They don't. So I had to kind of not look at like, okay, people don't know how to be a part of when God is changing you and moving you. It could be also that God don't need them to be a part of it. And they can be distractions too. And that can be a part of people pleasing because I found myself almost a little bit upset. I'm being honest here. Because when I was down in the mud, in the pit, and all of that, it was like they was handing me a twig that kept breaking to pull me up and saying, well, you ain't want to do it. I was trying to help you. You ain't want to do it like this. You didn't want to do it like this. When all along, I really wasn't in that pit by myself in despair. I was in there because God had me there alone, so I can only know that it was his hand that was going to pull me up out of it when I submitted to him. When I said, God, it can only be you. It cannot be man. It cannot even be myself. Only you can save me from myself. Only you can save me from despair. Only you can change me. Only you. And it was like open arms, and he just lifted me right on up. So don't get mad when people can't really help you. It's not for them to help you. It really isn't. People can't help you. Only God can. And once you submit to him, he's going to work with you so you can be able to help yourself. I'm telling you guys. Yeah. I love you guys. I'll probably be back on tonight because I had another topic tonight. We're in our month of truth. our month of going forth and speaking out and being encouraging and being where God needs us to be, stepping into obedience, stepping into the instructions, stepping into fellowship with others, stepping into where our goals have us, having where God is moving us. When I tell you things are about to shift, you're going to step into 2022 and you're going to look back over the year and you're going to be like, God, only you, only you, only you. So I thank you guys so much. I'm going to get in here because we're about to start Bible study. And man, it's amazing. It's amazing just to be, God, you spared my life. You chose me. You called me for you. And now I'm going to show up and do your will because I don't want it to be me. I want it to be all you. I know what me gets. Me gets down in the dunks. You get me up higher with you. So I thank you so much. This is just a sneak peek, y'all. I'll be back on. I love you guys. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and everything. You guys have a great one. I'll be back on in a little bit. Bye.